So, it's come to my attention, everybody, that I made a mistake. Now, I didn't spend a lot of time on this Delibird, but I put a decent amount of thought into it, right? I wanted to make sure. I know that the beard doesn't have quite as many points, but honestly, in Minecraft, I think it looks better like this. And I know that these little head stocky bits, little feathers, could be slightly more curved. But apparently, the bag of a Delibird, this bag right here, is its tail? What? I spent forever studying a Delibird. Not a lot. Okay, maybe it wasn't forever. I spent like a good amount of time studying sprites of Delibirds, and I never noticed that this connects to the back. I don't know how I missed that. So, yeah, I made the bag bigger. It doesn't look great. It does, just connect for right now. I don't know how I missed that. But it's fixed now. All right. Hello, everybody. What an intro. My name is the Goofy Geek, and I'm building every single Pokemon in Minecraft. That's a cliff. Last time we were here, I built Delibird, and apparently learned that over the Christmas break that the bag is the tail. And I mean, I think it's okay. I could probably work on it later. I just wanted it to connect because I know if I didn't connect it now, I was definitely gonna forget. I don't know if you could tell, but things are a little different in the world right now. For one, there's an FPS counter in the upper left corner that I don't remember how to turn off, so that'll just probably be there until it's not. And I have added just a couple of mods, just a little bit of sodium, just to make my computer run a little smoother, and possibly some Invidium to do the same thing. In fact, actually, yeah, right now I'm rendering 32 chunks in every direction. And before, when I did that, my computer almost crashed. Now, I can, it doesn't really show too well over here. We're just kind of in the middle of nowhere. Hang on a second. Yeah, you can see a lot more of the terrain around the Flapple line here. Still working on Hydrapple. We'll get there. But yeah, if I just come over here, look at how many more Pokemon you can see. Like, just from right here, before Sudowoodo was barely loaded. I can see Executor from my house, which wasn't a thing before. And I think, oh yeah, you can even see Ferrothorn over there. So that's kind of neat. It makes the world feel a lot smaller, which means I need to fill it with more Pokemon. But, I mean, we already knew I was going to be doing that. But today we go back over to where the clay MEGAFARM is going to be. Because if I'm going to build all these Pokemon, I need more resources, thus the clay farm. So, let's go. Yeah, so as you can see, we got a lot done. This is, again, the Mega Clay Dirt Mud Farm. It does all three things. At least this whole thing will be that. This here is the main core of it. So basically, if I come over here, this is where the dirt comes from. This has a little bit of moss underneath it, as well as a bone meal based dispenser. When it fires, it's going to turn all of these into moss, and then it's going to fire again, and it's going to try to, on top of the moss, grow one of the little shrubs into a full azalea tree. When that happens, the tree is going to go up here, and the wood is going to end up there somehow. How does the wood end up there? But yeah, as the tree, oh right, the trees grow and then the tops of them get shaved off. That's what it is. So the stone gets turned into moss. The moss then gets turned into dirt, and then the dirt gets pushed out through here. And well, right now it just kind of goes that way. So yeah, so that's how the module works. And like I said, I built 4 of these. So we're well on our way. I think it's about time to add the blast chambers. Let's enter a second redstone time lapse this episode right now. Let's go. Yeah, I might have been a little impatient. As you can see, I kind of went and just built the whole thing. I got a little tired and frustrated with trying to get a good time lapse of me adding in all these little floating bobs and bits. Oh, I think I'm still missing one up here. I gotta remember that. But yeah, it's pretty much done. There's a big sweeping angle on it. Yep, this took me about half of my Christmas vacation to build. I decided to take off a week and get it done. And I believe that's exactly what I've done. So, to give you a quick tour, we obviously have the moss and bone meal farm. We still have the control system here. We've got the azalea farm, which I believe I've already shown off. The new stuff is the mud drainer. This system here drains all the mud out of the clay. No, drains all the water out of the mud so we get clay. That's what I'm trying to say. The dirt will get pushed all over the place, including through here. You can see I've got these little stations right here. This converts the dirt into mud, gets pushed all the way through here, and then either gets pushed that way if this light is off, or this way if the light is on. When that happens, it gets pushed into here, and then all the mud gets drained, so that way it's instead clay. The clay gets pushed out through here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm missing a pusher up there. But the clay gets pushed out from here, along this way, to the blast chambers. There's a whole lot of stuff going on here, and it's a little overwhelming. What else have I built? Oh, I built the blast chambers themselves. You can see here. I definitely need to remove some of this glass before I turn this thing on. But all the blocks get pushed into here, and then get pushed down, and then blown up into the sorting system that was we went over last episode. And then last but not least is the control station up here. So this is where the controls are operated from. This is where all the material will eventually come out. And this is how you set the different settings for the farm. Now, I'm not going to turn it on yet, because if I turn it on and it breaks, that's it. I don't know what I'm going to do. So instead, I'm going to slowly test the machine in phases, so that way we can make sure that it works. But before I do that, I do have one small problem. But this is new. This is the sorting system. The problem with the sorting system is that it uses shulker boxes. So this giant redstone mess is how the shulkers get reloaded. So when the items come in, they fill up the shulker boxes. Once the shulker box is full, it gets kicked down, through and over to there, right in there. It'll end up in those barrels. The problem is, I need a lot of shulkers to fill it up, and I didn't realize that. I kind of thought it was just like a couple. I didn't realize it was going to be the sheer number that it's going to need to be. All this has to be filled up with shulker boxes for this farm to even work. Well, maybe not completely full, but definitely more full than it currently is. Yeah, so it's a system that's almost too smart for its own good, in that I've got plenty of shulkers, but I can't turn it on unless I get more. So let's go to the end. So if you guys want to have a particular Pokemon you think would be better than this as an entrance to the end, let me know in the comments let me know. Oh gosh. Let me know in the comments below so I can build that instead of having to do this every time. That's the worst. After I found this originally, I dug my way out that way, and it's been awful every single time ever since. There we go. We're in. Oh, I looked at him. Let's go. Okay, we're not getting attacked by Enderman. That's a good thing. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to turn up our render distance. All right, now watching our wing durability, let's see if we can find an end city. That was quick. This might be the one I've already checked out, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been in this one before. Yep, I have. Okay. Oh, there's a portal out. Oh, hey. Now, is this where I got my original elytra? Oh, doesn't look like it, though. Hey, now. Oh, where's my sword? Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Grab some materials. In fact, actually, I might as well, there's a reason I brought crafting table with me. Boom. Now I've got a shulker for carrying shulkers. Well, in this case, for carrying all the extra parts. Now let's, the raiding begin. Oh, I don't have my bow. That's okay. There should be a guy over here. Oh boy. I don't like that they disappear when you try to kill them. I don't remember that from before. That being this bad anyway. Ooh, ooh. They all move outside? I think they all moved outside. That's annoying. I should have brought a bow. Alright, so I went back, I got a bow, and I think this is actually a different city than I was at 5 minutes ago. But I'll take it. Much better. Yeah, this is a lot better. About to die. About to die. Yeah, this is way easier. Okay, good. Oh, jeez. You know, I knew that was going to happen if I did that. I'm like, there's a guy right there. I'll just shoot him real quick. Alright, and that's this one cleaned out. And that's a respectable amount of shells. I think we're missing one, because I do admittedly have a mod that gives me 1 extra shell per shulker. Let's see who's over here. Oh, that's a bunch of them. That's so many. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I thought I could fly. Thought I could rocket away. Ender pearl. Whew. Oh wow, I went really high. Ooh, that was way more than there were more in there than I was expecting. All right, let's try that again. And that's great. I need a bunch of them. But oh man, that was a lot. All just looking at me. That kind of scared me.
1 eternity later.
All right, I think I cleaned this place out. And we got wow, we got 60 shulker shells. That's enough for 30 shulker boxes. That's not food. That is a good start. That just a... How far do these things go? Okay, that was weird. Alright, where else can I? Let's see if we can find another one. Alright, I'm pretty sure we've cleaned out this entire city. I'm really feeling like I've got enough for right now, or at least that I want to break. So, I've already cleaned that one out. Yeah, I think we're gonna head back. And thankfully, that placement of the Late Matica schematic over there, I'm pretty sure leads next to a doorway. That's how I got out the first time. So yeah, we're gonna go back to the overworld, craft up some shulker boxes, and see if we have enough to trigger the farm. Also, not for nothing, just seeing that chilling in the sky as I fly over to it, I almost regret that I have to cover it with a giant Pokemon, because this thing looks really, really cool. Alright, so if we go over here, this is kind of where we load the shulkers. So basically, I stand here and I craft them, and they fall in this water stream. And then that's supposed to evenly distribute them across this here to fill that up there. Once they're all filled, there is a little redstone lamp or something over here. Not lamp, torch. This guy, this comparator. Once this is filled up, then this will light up. So let's see if we have enough shulkers to activate this thing. I think if I just click R, yeah, there we go. So now, oh, that's neat. Okay, so now they go in circles. Get eaten by hoppers. Wow, that went really quick. Is that enough? So yeah, there was definitely not enough of those. But I went back to the end and got another stack. So this time, everything is all set. And I can even show you. Actually, you know, I forget that there's a ladder here. I just head down here, and as you can see, the light is off. And the torch is in place. Meaning that this is full of shulkers. Which means it's full of shulkers all the way down, which is exactly what I needed it to be. So, we're on the right track. The only thing left to do really now is to make sure that everything works. So before I go and run the farm, because there's one thing I learned in testing is that if it doesn't work, it takes a long time to turn off. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place some dirt manually, and we're going to fill this thing in and make sure, because, like, you see this piece of dirt right here? If this dirt wasn't here, this thing wouldn't actually fire correctly. So I have to make sure that all the pieces are in place, and I also want to make sure that it follows the stream all the way where it's supposed to. So this is going to take a while, and it's going to be boring. So I'm going to skip ahead so you guys can see the result.
One eternity later.
All right, guys, I think the entire thing is ready. I have loaded it with wood to test all the pushers. All of them worked except for one, but I managed to fix it. I loaded it with a bunch of dirt to test the pushers. That seemed to be working just fine. The blast chambers, I think, are ready. The drainage system over there is ready. The only thing I haven't tested, ironically, is this entire contraption here. Oh, yeah. And I also AFK'd at the moss farm, making sure this thing was 100% full of bone meal. That took literally hours. But it is all filled up now. If I go down to here... Oh, yep. The bone meal does not go into any of these because it's full. Any excess bone meal will get melted up. Oh, just like that piece of gravel. And I think that's it. I don't think I can stall any longer. I think this mega farm is ready. Now, the only way to find out, of course, is to turn it on. But before I can turn it on, I have to actually prime each of these stations. So what I do is I activate the farm. No. Well, first I'm going to activate the farm to make sure that the controls turn on the bone meal. Because I've actually just been controlling it with a switch over there. Right there. Oh. I got to replace that switch. There we go. So flipping that switch should turn on this farm and this timing circuit. Well, this is the wiring for it. This is the timing circuit. But turning the farm on should activate both of those things and hopefully not blow anything up. All right, there's nothing to it but to oh, wrong landing platform. There we go. But to turn on the farm. I'm scared. Here we go. Nothing happened. Well, that's what you want, right? Turn the redstone machine on and nothing happens. Am I missing a piece? I am missing a piece. I'm missing an observer. Okay, well that explains a lot. What did hitting this actually do then? Alright, trying again. This should turn on the moss farm and the timing circuit. Well, it looks like it's on. Let's go check. Okay, the moss farm is firing. That I just saw move a second ago. It should move again shortly. Yep, there's a redstone information traveling. There should be some on this line too, though. That's a concern. Oh, no, there it is. All right. It looks like we're in business. So that's phase 1 of testing complete. Now we turn it off. So while I wait for those lights to stop flashing, the next step is to activate one of the farming modules. Once I turn it on, I hit this button again, and if it works, then it'll start making logs and dirt. So let's go try it. So I just fly over here, and here is switch number 1. I actually have not tested this out at all, so fingers crossed that it works. Alright, so by flicking that lever, all those little blue blocks get pushed down, which allows the farm to connect. So let's go see if it works. Alright, seems to be on. So let's go see. Oh, we got our first growth. Oh, look at that. We got our first rooted dirt. Alright, now we turn off the farm. This can take a little while. Oh, there we go. And now that it's off, we can test module number 2. Turning on module number 2. And testing. So right there. Yep, okay, we get the moss. It should hit one of those azaleas. And we should... There we go, we got trees. That's crazy. Module 3, on. Farm, activate. We got the moss. We got the azaleas. And last but not least, we've got the dirt. And then turn the test off. Now we test module number 4. Module 4 on. Test once more. Alright, that's one. One of those, there we go, turns into a tree. The dirt should get pushed out right there. Excellent. And everything is just stagnated, so that way nothing should fire at the same time. At least not the exact same time. Which means everything seems to be working. So now we're going to do the final test, which is to turn on all 4 modules at once. And pray that nothing crashes, explodes, and or melts down. Now, we turn on all 4 modules and see what happens. Now, if everything works, the farm should start producing dirt. But all 4 modules at once. Well, not exactly at once. Again, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. That keeps all the timings clear so they don't accidentally bump into each other. Everything seems to be working. Yeah, this fired because there's no more glass. Haha! It worked, I think. Oh. Figures, I looked away and it goes off. Okay, good. So this side's exploding. This side's getting very long, but also seems to be working okay otherwise. That should not go down that far. Huh? Uh-oh. Something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong on the wood end. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. That's what these tests are for. Okay, let's turn this off. Well, something didn't work. So I need to do some troubleshooting. Oh boy, here we go. Let's take a look. So after about 2 hours worth of troubleshooting, I figured out what was wrong. I was missing 1 piece of redstone in the back of this blast chamber. Specifically, that piece of redstone right there. It caused that to go that way, which caused everything to lock up, which broke the entire farm. But that means now it's time to build a Pokemon. Now, as for which Pokemon I'm gonna build, I'm thinking I'm gonna build something maybe that lives in the water, because I've got plenty of little ocean spots around, and I think that that would be nice, and it's close by, so I might even be able to let the farm run while I'm over there. Although I don't know if I'm actually gonna leave this thing running while I'm not next to it, because if it breaks, I'm gonna cry. I know how to fix it, but I really, really don't want to. So for right now, let's go find ourselves a nice place to build a Pokemon. Actually, never mind about a water type. I've found a different place to build something. You can see where I've dug out a little bit of an area here. Am I going to crash? Maybe. You can see I've dug out a little bit of space here just so we can fit the Pokemon I wanted to fit, because I thought it was going to fit here and it didn't. So I fixed that. But yeah, this is where we're going to put our next Pokemon, right in view of our farm over here. So let's get to it. right, you guys, there we have our Dugtrio. Yes, that's right. I decided to do the evolved form of Diglett over here as, yeah, I figured why not? I already had Diglett made, so making Dugtrio was a nice, easy Pokemon to make, considering, I also just made all this. So, let's go down there and take a look. Yeah, so he's basically just 3 Digletts, each one getting kind of taller than the other, but that's not my design choice. Very unexciting from the back. I don't think that he has a particularly unique back sprite, but I do like Dugtrio's design. Honestly, any Pokemon with like multiple heads or multiple faces, or in this case, I guess maybe multiple bodies, unless they all share like one big body underneath, like that meme that I might be putting in the right of the screen right now. But yeah, Dugtrio. I really like that the way they came out. I'm afraid to go inside there as I definitely did not light it up. And speaking of a lack of light, it's getting dark. So yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna end things. Yeah, I think that he looks great. It took a little while to make sure that the back one didn't look too small, but I think that the placement on these 3 guys is, or this guy, 3 guys, who knows? But I think their placement is just right. I was a little worried he was going to look out of place, given that I had to carve out the sand behind him. But honestly, it kind of makes it just look like he just, you know, popped his way on through. Which, as a Dugtrio, is exactly what they would have done. Maybe I should have done some displaced sand or sandstone. And I still could. But I have better uses for sand and sandstone. And I keep missing these guys. They are everywhere on him. Anytime I fell off, I put one down just to get back up there, and they are everywhere. But yes, Dugtrio is done. I think that he is great, and soon we'll be moving on to the Pokemon that goes around the clay farm. But that's going to take a lot of time. In fact, you might see this slowly get built while I work on other Pokemon, with one big time lapse at the end. If only because it's going to take, even with this massive farm, it's still going to take a lot of time to get the materials required. But that's for the future. Right now, my crazy machine is done. Dugtrio is done. And I need to get going on the next one, as there is no break and no stop in this train, except for the fact that I released these way too far apart from each other now. But I'm going to try to be more consistent with uploading, as I really do want to keep making these guys. But like I said, that's it for me for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!